The rest of the U.S. women's national team's 2026 friendlies will be played during FIFA windows, which means those matches are going to be a lot more competitive. This video is going to take a look at 3 players who I think made the most of their minutes against Chile, and I would really like to see them back in the mix, even when things get more competitive. I'm Brady O'Toole. Welcome back to Busy Watching Women's Soccer. This was the first cap for Chicago Stars forward Jameese Joseph, and I think she looked fantastic. Showed us that she can be a threatening player. Just 30 seconds in, my favorite thing about this is the angle that she creates for herself to attack goal. Really smart, and she just showed a lot of very smart, very mature movement in her play. I really like the position that she's going to hold between defenders until the ball comes, and then she splits off. Just clever stuff, but the even better part of this, stop, look, take information and redistribute the ball, retain possession. She did very well at retaining possession. I think she's got some nice moves to create space for herself when you're not expecting it. Not the best service fair, but you're going to see that improve over time. Here's that same run again. She looked very effective to me, working from both the right and the left, recognizes the better opportunity and attacks more aggressively that time. Hey, doesn't this one look similar? Look how much better the service is. Learning, taking the most of her opportunities. This is probably one of my favorites. Just a really good play to win that ball, really good supporting run, and just keeps the entire play alive. We saw good stuff from Jameese Joseph. So what is it about Jameese Joseph's game that I think is so unique when you compare her to the rest of the U.S. talent pool? Her ability to play with her back to goal is just special. I think that she really does a lot to prioritize retaining possession. This one here, you see just how much work she does to keep that ball really focused on helping the team achieve their goals. This one here is really smart because it looks very similar to something that occurred just a minute before, but she turns it into a pass instead. I think she just has so many things available to offer. This is my favorite. Really nice quick drop, but then look how low she's going to get. Look at everything she's going to do to protect the ball. Even here, making sure that's shoulder to shoulder so it's a fair charge. Looking on the reception. It's just really, really neat and tightly organized stuff. So should it come as any surprise that her first goal and her first cap comes from back to goal play. Really crucial thing that she does here on the turn. She is going to get her body between the defender and the ball. It is just textbook the way that she does it. And the second thing that's a big part, she receives with her right foot, shoots with her left foot. It makes the whole process so much quicker. I don't think we really saw any players on the team last year with this ability outside of Kat Macario, so that is a pretty valuable skill to have. Next on my list is another player getting their first cap. It's Riley Jackson, who almost had her first goal off this header. However, she did leave the match with her first assist. It was a wonderful diagonal ball to Rodman, and of course Rodman is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting here. But look how nice this ball in is. Look how playable it is. Everybody at every level of the sport loves a nice playable ball like that. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful quality to be able to serve those balls in consistently. I want to go over 2 things that really stand out to me about Riley Jackson's play in the midfield. I think her best quality is the ability to play quick and decisive football. Now, she's not settled first few minutes of the match. Those show up as turnovers, but these are really the 2 worst plays she made the entire match. From there, everything gets really good. This is great recognition that the pass back is not there, and she has to turn really good to make something of that. Yes, it's offside. I kind of think that one's on Sears. Here's another really nice, quick, decisive one. But look at the supporting run. Look at the communication with Meza to know, oh, they can't both go for that. Really, really nice stuff on that one. I like a lot of these diagonal balls for what she's going to be looking to play. And that's just such a good position to be playing those balls out of. She's got really nice technique on them. You see how fast those balls get served in, very clean, very playable, but nice and quick and decisive. She keeps the pace and the tempo of things moving. Just not shocking to see her get that assist her first match out. Riley Jackson also has elite defensive awareness. Even if she is the person that creates the turnover there, she's very quick to recognize that the game is transitioning and helps the U.S. win the ball back. I think she is even more effective at this when she is able to do it with teammates. It's good hustle there, but she just needs a little bit of help. This one, I think, was perfect. She's going to very quickly recognize that something has gone wrong, does a great job to dispossess, and then redistributes the ball, putting the U.S. in a safer spot. Here's another one. Really good, quick recognition. good supporting run, keeps the play moving. It's that quick and decisive play like we talked about. This is my favorite. The way she's going to press here is so clever. Doesn't immediately step in for the tackle, cuts off the angles because it's too dangerous to tackle. She just demonstrates this maturity that makes me so excited to see how she's going to develop. Last player I would like to see back is Hal Hershfelt. You know, every player absolutely dreads having to play a position they do not know and do not understand that well. I think she looked a little bit rushed in that sequence there and a little bit impatient on this clear. But those were two worst moments for me, and there were two moments that really convinced me I want to see her back. Firstly, this, and I think she's doing this movement on purpose where she waits for the defender to kind of peel back towards Dickey where she's supposed to be. Replay that one. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think that's on purpose to kind of create some breathing room for Dickey. And then this one steps in, mistimes it a little bit, but look at the recovery run. It's just straight turbo mode. She is not going to allow herself to be beat. She is just a fighter through and through, and I want to see her on this team. There are so many things about Hal Hershfelt's playstyle that I think would transfer really well to the center back role. The range of passes Hal Hershfelt is able to play is such a lovely quality. It's a nice, quick, grounded ball to the left wide area. This is a very long, lofted diagonal to the left wide area. This one's a little bit more chipped. This one is basically the same ball, but with a little bit more distance on it. It is so nice to see this kind of consistency on film. That one, really good find through a tight angle. I think she also did a really good job finding these small central passes to Meza, knowing when to play those balls. Now on the right side, this one it takes a little too long to get down there for me, but still a nice playable ball. This one lofted, but I think a much better quality ball. And then this was one of the best ones. It's a long stretch ball, competitive 50-50 ball, but able to turn that into a corner. And this range of passing is such a fantastic quality to have if you want to build out of the back. I also think Hershfelt has very good defensive timing, knowing when to step up and making sure it's coordinated, it's happening at the exact right time so that she can tackle, repossess the ball. That sequence there I think is really nice. On this one, she's going to get turned just at the right moment, just get enough on it to help her teammates out. I think you could count that as a highlight. This one here, nice pursuit, stays tight on her defender, but what's nicer, just falls back into position, nice and gentle and natural. This one steps up, wins the ball in the air. It's all looking a little bit chaotic, but at the end of the day, the right things are happening. Probably my favorite play is this one. Good recognition, what she can do, can't step up, can't interfere with Bug, waits until she knows it's hers. Really nice pace on that. But look, the reset, the positioning gets her the clearance. She's a really good player, and I do hope we get to see more of her. This is another matchup that demonstrated just how much depth and potential there is to the US player pool. That's all for me today. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and I will see you next time.